So the new internet phenomena, the Cockroach Janta Party, is being much discussed these days. Many call it a social movement. Many say that this could turn into a political movement. But it has turned out into a platform for the disgruntled youth of this country who see a problem with the government and the system. Your thoughts on Cockroach Janta Party?
So this is a movement which has become probably one of the fastest growing movements ever, maybe in the world, if not definitely not in this country. And the striking part about this movement, whatever it is that it has become a platform where people can voice their angst again on subjects which are not being commonly discussed either by the mainstream media or by people in this country today. Whether this will survive or whether this will remain as a platform for doing these things in future is to be seen. But definitely it has become such kind of a movement where every common man who feels that he has an issue, an important issue to make, he can stand up and make that issue and get noticed. Now, most of the issues that this so-called party is doing is basically the frustration of the youth of this country and frustration of the system, frustration of what things are going wrong. To my knowledge, so far the party has this Cockroach Janta Party has not done anything which can be said to be, so to say, anti-national, to be banned in this country. But definitely it is saying a lot of things which may not be palatable to the government in power. This platform itself, I think, is a good way for the government to know how to react to what the people are feeling about what the actions of the government are today. And like when a political party gets elected or it's voted to power, after taking charge as the ruling party, having won the election, there is no method by which the political party can know that the steps that it has taken, whether it is palatable to the people in general or not. This movement, for whatever it has done so far, is one such reminder or a method by which the political party can know the pulse of the youth of this country today. And as long as it sounds constructive, as long as it deals with issues which to a layman looks like issues which affect the quality of governance in this country, I think this movement will do a great service to the nation in the days to come, because what is happening today, and I personally feel, and that is why I've started my own channel, is that mainstream media has been taken over by most of these industrial houses, is not interested in taking up critical issues of the country today. And that is why you see the social media has suddenly become very, very active. And it is the social media and credible people in the social media whom the common man relies upon to take a call as to whether what is right and what is wrong. And in this exercise, or in this effort of trying to find out what is right and wrong, I remember I started reading the newspapers when the emergency was imposed. And we were suddenly, I was a young boy then, and we suddenly felt that we didn't know what's happening in the country. So we used to try and get bits and pieces from the newspapers that were in circulation then, and most of the time read between the lines to find out what exactly is happening. This appears to be that kind of a movement where you feel that what is not coming out in the open by virtue of the failure of the mainstream media, somebody is trying to bring out those things in the open in national interest. Now, I hope this party continues to do good in terms of bringing out important issues for the country, and I hope also that somebody notices the issues being brought up by this Cockroach Janta Party for corrective action mainly. This is the angst of the youth of this country, and if they are feeling so strongly about something through this platform, then whether something needs to be done, some corrective action needs to be taken or not. So I would say for the time being at least, from whatever I have seen or heard about this party so far, I think they are trying to throw up important issues which definitely need to be looked at. from the perspective of good governance, and corrective action should be taken. And as long as this positive role is played by this party, it will definitely be a good. It'll continue to be remain a good initiative. I believe these founders were part of the Aam Aadmi Party at some point of time, and when they got disgruntled with the functioning of the Aam Aadmi Party, they have moved out of the country, and mostly this has been started from out of the country. But this kind of following, today I checked up, I believe they have 22.7 million followers, which is almost three times the following of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So this is something which is phenomenal, and getting this kind of following in a very short period of time definitely is a matter of importance. And the issues being raised by this party, which is being followed and which is making more and more followers in the country today, need to be addressed in a positive sense. The frustration of the youth, of unemployment, of this neat paper leak, every day in a competitive examination, whether it be for selection to a college or selection to get a job, and the entrance exam for the same, being decided by people who are peddling in such papers is very, very frustrating to the youth of this country. The youth who study so hard and who work so hard for appearing in an examination, and then coming to know that this examination was fully rigged by virtue of people having access to the question papers, by virtue of these middlemen. And I've said earlier also in one of my shows about the neat leak, that a law should be brought in immediately to make this punishable with very severe penalty, so that nobody should ever even think of doing something like this, because this really, really frustrates the youth of this country in a very big way. So I think so far so good. Cockroach Janta Party seems to be getting the eyeballs for the right reasons, and I only wish that they continue to do this corrective role of playing kind of an opposition, because today, unfortunately, we don't have a proper opposition in the country, and which is not good for any democracy. We have the largest, the Congress party, led by a leader who is actually, in a way, helping the ruling party by making all kinds of irresponsible statements. So this, I think, is definitely a breath of fresh air in our democracy, and to make our democracy more vibrant and more, accessible to the common man.